Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome to the State of Connecticut Highway Use Fee webinar. My name is Richard Carter, and we're glad you have joined us here on the 25th day of January 2024. We're glad you've taken time out of your busy days in order to do that. We want to give a special welcome to John Blair and the folks from the Motor Transport Association of Connecticut and those joining us across the country and in Canada as well. Now, here in Hartford, it is cloudy, wet, dreary, but 46 heartwarming degrees. So we hope that wherever you are, the weather is at least cooperating with you today. So we're excited. We have several segments during today's presentation. First up, we're going to have Melissa Pescatelli. Melissa is the tax division chief in our taxpayer services area, and she's still basking in the glow of another Kansas City Chiefs win at the expense of a certain team from upstate New York. So she's here not only to gloat over that, but provide some useful intel about DRS. Up next is Michael Romeo. Mr. Romeo is the tax division chief of our audit and compliance division in the business tax subdivision. Some of you may know Mr. Romeo through his work with IFTA. After that, we'll bring in Randy Hariprasad for a demo of My Connect, our new online portal. Then Kelly McLaughlin is up with a quick tour of the Taxpayer Education Center. Plus, we will answer your frequently asked questions that have come to us in the form of emails and phone calls as well. So that's the batting order. We've got Melissa batting leadoff. Mike is in the 2 spot. Randy is hitting in the hole. Kelly's hitting cleanup. And the FAQs, they're hitting last. So before I pass it off here, I just want to share with you our contact information, and then we can get going. So we can be reached by telephone for general inquiries at 860-297-5963. We can also be reached at 1-800-382-9463, and we have a highway use fee hotline. That number is 860-297-5677. If you want to send us an email, you can do so. Just zap us at drs@ct.gov, and don't be afraid to visit our website, which our web address is portal.ct.gov/DRS, which has lots of useful information, and you'll hear more about that as we go. And of course, don't be afraid to follow us on social media, meaning Facebook, Twitter, X, LinkedIn, and I believe we have a YouTube channel that we've just started, and we're looking to get content to that coming up in the coming weeks. All right, so now that we've thrown out the first pitch, let's bring up our first presenter, which is Melissa Pescatelli, and she is going to share some valuable intel about DRS. Good afternoon, Melissa.
Well, good afternoon to you, Mr. Carter, and thank you so much for that warm introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Melissa Pescatelli, the Taxpayer Services Division Chief. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the Department of Revenue Services Highway Use Fee Overview webinar. We are excited that so many of you have taken time out of your busy schedules to join us for this important presentation. Today's presentation is intended to provide an overview of the highway use fee filing requirements, as well as an update on changes since the highway use fee went into effect last January. We have some very knowledgeable team members today with us who will provide you with an overview of the changes to the highway use fee filing requirements. Their presentation will explain the changes in the filing due date requirements, how to file highway use fee returns using My Connect, finding highway use fee information on the DRS website, and so much more. Now, there are some exciting things happening here at DRS. We have modernized our tax administration system, making it easier than ever before for you to do business with us. Governor Lamont has charged all state agencies to streamline processes and become more digital by offering electronic systems and self-service options. My Connect, the department's safe and secure online platform, will allow you to file highway use fee returns, make tax payments, and manage your state tax account 24/7, anytime, day or night. The feedback we have received from existing highway use fee taxpayers has been overwhelmingly positive, and we are confident that all of you will find MyConnect easy and convenient to use as well. Now, beyond that, should you have any questions or issues that arise as a result of today's presentation, do not hesitate to contact our team of professionals. The department has set up a phone number dedicated to answering your questions. The phone number is 860-297-5677. You can also email your questions to drs@ct.gov. Again, it is my pleasure to welcome you to today's presentation. And remember that the staff at the department stand ready to help and will be an important resource for your success. Now, I'd like to introduce you to Michael Romeo. He is our Tax Division Chief of the department's Audit and Compliance Business Tax Subdivision, and he has some important highway use fee updates that you will not want to miss. Michael, let's turn it over to you.
All right, thank you, Melissa. Thank you for that great start off for this presentation. Good afternoon, everyone, and good morning to those on the West Coast. As Melissa stated, my name is Michael Romeo. I'm the Tax Division Chief of the Business Tax Subdivision in the Audit and Compliance Division. I've worked for the Department of Revenue Services for over 37 years and have been overseeing the excise area of taxation for over 11 years. Many of those in the IFTA community may also know me as the Connecticut IFTA Commissioner and the IFTA Board of Trustee Representative for the Northeast. We are here today because the department wants to update you on what's new for the highway use fee. In the last legislative session, the filing and payment frequency in accordance with Section 366 of the 2023 Connecticut Public Acts 204 has changed from monthly to quarterly, effective with the calendar quarter commencing October 1st, 2023. As the quarter covers the period from October 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2023, a return for that quarter is due on or before January 31st, 2024. So this is a reminder that we are only 1 week away from the due date of the fourth quarter highway use fee return. Keep in mind, monthly returns are still required for the months of January through September of 2023 for anyone who may have missed filing a return. Today, we will spend most of our time working in MyConnect. MyConnect is the agency's platform for online account management, and it is the only way to register for, file, and pay the highway use fee. We will then conclude our webinar with a question and answer section to answer some of the most frequently asked questions. As a refresher, the highway use fee went live on MyConnect on November 1st, 2022, providing businesses with the opportunity to register for the account prior to the first return due date, which was on or before February 28th, 2023 for the January 23 period. Many taxpayers have already registered, and we continue to register new accounts every day. In addition to our online reference materials, an easy-to-use online portal, and this webinar, we have knowledgeable staff available to assist taxpayers with questions related to MyConnect and the highway use fee. With all that said, I hope you find today's presentation useful. Now I am going to turn it back over to Mr. Carter to go over some resources that are available to you. Britt, take it away.
Alrighty then, thank you very much, Mr. Romeo. So just a couple of things I'll tell you about, and then we'll make a pitching change. And I don't know what's with all the baseball metaphors today, but then we'll hand it off to Randy. So we do have a highway use fee information page. You don't have to worry about typing in that address. You can get there by just going to portal.ct.gov/DRS, or you could just enter Connecticut highway use fee into the old Google machine and it'll bring you there. But once you're there, you're going to get some FAQs. There's tutorials such as who must file info, where to file, when to file, how to calculate the highway use fee, and more. We encourage you to check it out and bookmark it if you can. And our highway use fee hotline is my favorite part of the presentation because I get to say 860-297-5677 and operators are standing by. So don't be afraid to use that number as well. The other thing I want to draw your attention to is our My Connect landing page as well. And that too has FAQs on it, and there's tutorials like how to create a username and much more. All right, still to come are the frequently asked questions, which will be in about, I'd say 15 to 20 minutes. That'll be myself and Mr. Romeo. But now is the time for us to get into some My Connect information. And here for that, from our e-services unit is Randy Hariprasad. Randy, good afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Carter. Hello, everyone. My name is Randy Hariprasad, and I work here at Connecticut Department of Revenue Services in the electronic filing, more with My Connect. Today, I will show you some easy steps how to get into My Connect and to file and pay your highway use fee. As well, the recent change that happened with paying from monthly to quarterly. So now I will go ahead and share my screen. As you can see, to get to My Connect, you can simply go, as Mr. Carter was saying earlier, in Google and just type in CTDRS My Connect. It will pop it right up for you, and you can just click on the hyperlink and it brings you into My Connect. Another way to do it is portal.ct.gov/DRS, and this is our DRS homepage. Under Most Popular, there's a hyperlink that says My Connect, file, pay, and register taxes online. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And now I'm in My Connect homepage. As you can see here, before we get into My Connect with a username and password, there are other panels that we do have here that you can. We have some additional resources. We have some. We have the business, individual panels, some useful tutorial. So when you have time, you can navigate your way around and see all the useful information that My Connect has to offer. Let's say, for example, if you're brand new and you need to register for the highway use fee, on this panel here it says businesses. New business need a CT registration number. If you click into this hyperlink, this will bring you to register for your highway use fee registration application. But we will not go through with this today. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of this. And I'm going to come to create a username. So let's say, for example, if you have a username and you come back here to file your login and you forget your username and password, you will simply click on Forget Username and Password, and you can self-service yourself by providing the necessary information, and you can retrieve either your username or your password. I'm going to go back, and if you're creating a username for the first time, you will click on Create a Username, read up some important information here, what you need to authenticate in the system, click Next, and for example, you will select Business, and then provide the tax registration number or the federal ID of the business and the business last name or the taxpayer's last name to create a profile. I'll go ahead and cancel out of this. And because I already created a username and password, so what I will do, I will simply log into My Connect. All right, let me get there. And now I'm going to enter my username, which is Randy Trucking. Enter my password, and I'm going to go ahead and click Login. Now I'm logging into My Connect. As you can see on the My Connect summary page, this is the first page that when you get into My Connect. The upper left corner, it says Randy Trucking LLC, my registration number, and my company name. So now what I would need to do is to get in to file the return. But before I do that, I wanted to show you some very important feature that we do have, such as the Action Center. The Action Center is very useful. Any correspondence we send to you, it will be in the Action Center. such as any overdue return, any returns that's coming up to file, any letters we send to you. So for example, you'll see that my account here have 3 unread letters. So if you drill into the letters, you can see the letters that DRS correspond to you. We also have the More tab. The More tab there's a lot of important information here as well. So for example, once you file your return, if you want to manage payments and returns, you'll click on this hyperlink in the Submission tab, or you can search for submissions, any prior filing of returns or payments. You click on Search Submissions, and they all will be there for you so you can access. Let's say if you wanted to update your address or manage your names or change your name, you can do so by clicking Manage Names and Addresses, and this is done instantly for you. We also have the Add Additional Accounts and Locations. So for example, if you have highway use fee account and now you wanted to add payroll withholding for your employee driving the truck, so what you need to do is you log into My Connect, simply come to Taxpayer Update panel and click on Add Additional Accounts and Location, and I'll drill into here, and you will see, follow the steps and provide the necessary information, and you can add your account instantly, and you will see that on the summary screen for you. You can close or reopen your accounts in My Connect. You can add and update officers. You can even correspond with DRS, with secure email. You can even view messages, letters that the department sent you. And there's some other information here. If it's useful for you, you can go through at a later time and look at them. All right, so I'm going to go back to my summary screen, and today I will show you how to file and pay a highway use fee return, how to file a no activity return, and how to amend a highway use fee return. So I'll start out by going, as you can see here on the right side, you can see that I'm a quarterly filer now, and this is the change that happened. It used to say monthly, now we are a quarterly filer. But before I drill into the file now, I wanted to drill into the file, returns, and view period detail. And this gives you all the different periods that are listed here for you. As you can see, all these are monthly periods, and then we changed to quarterly from December period right here. So up to September, we're monthly, we changed to, so let's say if you wanted to go back and amend the older period, you will simply find that period and click on View or Amend Return, and this will take you into the amend return. So I'm just going to return back to the summary screen. And now I'm going to go ahead and click on File Now. This will bring me into the return. The first screen is the Schedule 1 highway use fee. I have a couple options here. I can import Schedule 1, which is basically a Excel file with all your vehicle information, and the layout, let's say if you're looking for this layout for Schedule 1, we do have that on our DRS page. You can access that at any time. Look at the layout. We also provided a template for you. So basically it's a template, an Excel template. Enter all the tracking information in there, necessary information, and then you save that information as a comma separated value file extension. So it's basically a CSV, and it tells you here too if you read up more on it. So I'm going to show you a couple examples here. So first, what we will do, you can do that option, but let's say if you have 1 or 2 trucks, you don't want to spend time like importing a Schedule 1, you can simply click on Add a Vehicle. So what I'm going to do, add a vehicle, enter the VIN number, enter my plate number, and enter my state, enter my miles, total miles everywhere, enter the pound. These are just examples. Enter my weight. So here's a good example I wanted to show you. So for example, in the Connecticut miles associated with weight, let's say if I enter incorrect figure in there and it doesn't match the other lines, anywhere in My Connect, we designed the system to let you know that, we wanted a good return to come in. So we will design by putting errors out there for you. So you will read, says total Connecticut miles cannot be greater than total miles. So that's a valid error. And as you can see, my total miles and my Connecticut miles is more. So I'm just going to fix that error because I know that's a typo. And that error message is now gone. I have the tax rate per mile, and I also have the highway use fee calculated here for me. I'm going to simply click add, and this will add a record for me. I can continue clicking the add a vehicle record and add more information, as you can see display here on the top for you. Let's say if you made a mistake and you wanted to go back, there's no need to delete the whole record that you just entered. You simply click on the pencil icon here to edit the row, and this will pop up for you, and you can make any changes here, or you can delete the entire row if you wish. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And what I will do, I will go ahead and I will delete this row because I wanted to show you the import schedule 1 option as well. So now that's the option to enter the vehicle one at a time. The other option is the import schedule 1. I click on the green tab here. It brings me to choose my file right away. Click on choose file, browse for my file, click open, click OK. And now my file is uploaded. And as you can see, I have 8 records in this file, 8 vehicles, and they're all listed here out for me. All the greens are okay, but I have one error on my first record here. I cannot continue with the error. I need to fix that error before moving on. So I'm going to go ahead and click on edit row. And what it's telling me, my VIN number should only contain letters and numbers. So that's what's happening here. So I need to fix that. And as you can see, I'm going to fix that right now. And I took out the special character in there. And now my VIN number looks good. I click OK, and I'm back in business. All right. All I need to do is click next. And this brings us to the return line items. Break it out nice for us. As you can see, line 1 through 5. It tells me I do not have any tax due. This is because on line 2, payments made this period, I made a payment of $74.10 before starting filing this return. So for example, I will remove this credit that I have. I will enter 0 in there. So now the system says, oh, you don't have a credit anymore. So now my tax amount due for this filing for my 8 vehicles is $57.42. And as we also display on the top here on the page. All right, I will proceed with this. But before I move away from filing this return, I want to show you a cool feature that MyConnect do have to offer. So let's say if you're entering the trucks, or you import it, or you're manually entering them, and you need some more information to continue the process. So no need that you don't have to worry that you're going to lose all this information, like if you walk away from your computer, or if your battery died on the computer, or anything. Let's say anything happened with the computer. You can always click Save Draft here. So whilst you're entering the trucks, so let's say if you sit there and you're entering 20 trucks. So, and like every 10, we recommend there's a Save Draft feature in here. So you click on the Save Draft, and what this does, it gives you the option of saving your draft return for 30 business days. You can either continue editing within that 30 business days, or you do not have to come back in. But our system will send you an email, a reminder saying, hey, Randy, you start to file a return for December 31st, 2023. If you would like to continue editing, just come back, log in, and click on continue editing. So I'll just continue editing here for this example. And now I'm on my payment method. I have 2 options. I can pay with bank account or credit card, or I can pay ACH credit, pay after the filing. So basically the ACH credit, this is when you authorize your bank to send us the payment. So you have to do all the setup at your bank to send us the ACH credit. In today's example, we'll pay with bank account. So I'll select pay with bank using bank account. Now I'm going to go ahead and click next. and this will bring me over to the payment options again. Now I need to tell them if I want credit card or bank account. I select bank account, click next, and it brings me to pay with bank account. My amount is displayed here. Now I need to confirm that amount. Because I'm filing a timely return and the return is not due as of yet, I have the option of changing the payment date up to the due date of the return. But in this example, I'll just leave it of January 24th. I've used this bank account before filing my highway use fee return, and I saved it in there so I don't have to retype the whole information. That's why it brings me to my default bank account. So for example, if you have a new bank account, you will select the option that says new, use a new payment channel. And now I need to enter my direct payment information. I'll simply enter my routing number. And as you can see, my bank name display. So this way, you know you're entering the correct banking information. Also, we have the confirm bank account. So this way you don't make any mistake when entering the bank account number. And now I have to choose bank account type, either checking or savings. And again, I have the option of saving for future use. So when you come back next 3 months to file your highway use fee return, you don't have to sit there and enter your banking information. The system already saved it, so you simply click on the default option and proceed. I'm going to go ahead and click next, and now I'm going to confirm submission where I need to provide my signature and complete the return. Click submit, and it's that easy. I got my confirmation number here. Everything breaks out nice for me, and you will also receive a confirmation email in your inbox with your confirmation number saying that you successfully filed a return and you made a payment. There is a printable view option which generates a PDF copy for you. You can print this for your record or for your client and give it to them. You don't have to. I mean, let's say if you, for some reason, your computer shut down from you or you walk away and you forget to print, and then later on you said you need a copy, I'll show you how to get that. Now I'm going to click OK, return back to my summary screen. As you can see now that my highway use fee return is submitted, I can simply click on the More tab, start submission. Like I stated earlier, under the start submission, all the history will be there. And you can see pending, and this is the highway use fee return that I just submitted. And now I have the option to print again. And this will open up the PDF, the same PDF we looked at it earlier. All right, now I'm going to return back to my summary screen. And I do want it to show you how to file a no activity return. So I will click on this here. I will delete the submission so we can file a no activity return. So let's say if I come in here now and I click on file now, I says, I did no activity for the quarter, for the 3 months. I do not have any vehicles to enter information. So what I need to do is simply click next. And then you have to acknowledge that you're filing a return with 0 tax due. Like all the lines here will be 0. And this is the credit again in there. And then if I try to click next, you will get a pop-up. You're not going to be able to continue until you acknowledge that you're filing a 0 return. No activity return. And then you come to the confirm screen, and you enter your signature again and click submit. And it's that easy. You got a confirmation for the no activity return. And earlier I showed you how to go back to amend the return. You will click on the view file return and view period detail. And this will bring you with all the different periods listed here. And let's say if I wanted to go back and amend the return in January 2023, I click on the view or amend return, and this brings me to this page, and I click on the amend option. And to tell if you're in the amend return, there will be a banner on each page saying that this is an amended return. Enter the amount that should have been reported on this return to correct the original return. And then you can make any changes here on the information that on the original return and submit to confirmation number. All right, now I'm going to return back over to my summary screen. And that's all I have for today. Thank you very much for listening. Back to you, Mr. Carter.
Well, thank you, Randy. As always, very informative and well done. In fact, Randy is so in demand, he's actually off to another webinar. So we bid him farewell and we will talk to him later. Excellent job, sir. All righty then. So moving ahead and right along, it's time for Kelly McLaughlin. Now, Kelly is our training and development manager in our organizational development unit, and she's going to provide a quick tour of the Taxpayer Education Center. Good afternoon, Kelly.
All right, good afternoon, Mr. Carter, and thank you. All right, so today I'm going to show you two important parts of the DRS website. The first item I want to show you on the DRS homepage at portal.ct.gov/DRS under Most Popular is the Connecticut Highway Use Fee webpage. This webpage is dedicated to information just about the highway use fee. This page is loaded with information that you can scroll through and read or click on any of these blue links to be taken directly to that section. If you would like to continue scrolling down to continue reading, you may, or you can go back to the top of the page by clicking the top button. On the left-hand side, we have a gray box that has links to resources, forms, publications, and other helpful information that is specific to the highway use fee. So if I click on forms, it's going to bring me to where I can directly connect to My Connect. Click on any of these additional resources to be brought to those web pages. Next, back on the DRS homepage, I'm going to show you the DRS Taxpayer Education Center. The Taxpayer Education Center can be found halfway down the DRS homepage. The TPEDC was created through the lens of a Connecticut taxpayer, and it provides informational videos and other educational resources, like registering for any live and upcoming webinars and new business flyers. We also have two video series, one for Connecticut residents filing and paying income tax, and the second series is for part year and non-residents filing and paying the Connecticut income tax. Then we have videos that are specific to navigating our website. And finally, at the bottom, we have any previously recorded webinars. This webinar will be uploaded to our webpage on the TPEDC in about a week's time, where you can review it if you need. Videos will be added and updated often to reflect the most asked questions from taxpayers. The videos provide a quick and easy walkthrough of the topic presented. Thank you, and now back to Mr. Carter.
Well, thank you, Kelly. I almost missed my cue there. So if you folks get a chance, dive into the videos. They're very helpful and useful, and she did a great job producing them. And not only that, they're not that long too. All right, so let's get Mr. Romeo back into the fold here, and we can do these frequently asked questions. All right, Mike, are you ready?
I'm ready. Keeping with the baseball theme, I'm ready for the next pitch. So.
Very good, very good. Okay, here we go. Question number one, if I don't plan on traveling through Connecticut at this time, do I need to register now?
No, you do not have to register now. However, if you subsequently determine that you will be operating an eligible motor vehicle in Connecticut, you must register with DRS for the highway use fee prior to driving on Connecticut roads. Upon registration, you will obtain a permit.
Very good. Question number two. I did not travel on Connecticut roads during a particular filing period. Am I required to file a return?
Yes, a return is required to be filed in order to maintain your permit. As Randy demonstrated earlier, simply log on to MyConnect and mark the checkbox to indicate that you have not driven on Connecticut roads for that period. See the red box below that reads, "Click here to acknowledge that you are filing a return with a $0 tax due."
Okay, excellent. Let's see here. What information do I need to file a highway use fee return?
The required fields for each eligible vehicle that traveled on Connecticut roads are vehicle identification number, license plate number, and state or province, miles traveled everywhere for the quarter, total weight of the vehicle, and miles traveled in Connecticut associated with that total weight.
All right, 3 up, 3 down so far. All right, now this question I like because I was at a New Year's gathering, and after a robust discussion about cab overs, this one came up. Do I have to report my entire fleet?
No, only the eligible vehicles that traveled on Connecticut roads during the filing period should be included on the highway use fee return for that period.
Okay, and does every trip need to be reported separately?
No, each eligible vehicle is reported separately, but if that vehicle has more than one trip with the same weight range associated with the rate per mile, the sum of those trips can be reported as one entry.
Okay, next up, can I amend a return after it is filed? And if so, how?
Yes, as Randy demonstrated before, you can amend a highway use fee return in MyConnect. The steps to amend a return are like the steps taken to file an original return. To amend a return, log into MyConnect, locate the highway use fee panel, and click the View or File Returns and View Period Detail hyperlink. From there, you'll be able to see a list of returns that have been filed. You can click into the return for the period you wish to amend and select Amended Return. At that time, you can make your changes and submit the amended return. There are also tutorials for amending returns available from the DRS website.
All right, fantastic. I think this one is actually on our website. How is the highway use fee calculated?
The highway use fee rate increases based on the vehicle's gross weight, ranging from 2.5 cents per mile to 17.5 cents per mile. The highway use fee rate table can be found on the DRS website. The highway use fee will be calculated for each vehicle by multiplying the highway use fee rate by the number of miles traveled through the state of Connecticut during the filing period.
All right, excellent. I believe we have 2 more. So, how do third-party service providers register on behalf of their clients?
To register on behalf of your clients, you'll register them following the same steps we took earlier to register a new taxpayer. When you get to the step where you're prompted to create a MyConnect login, you will select that you're a third party and not the taxpayer registering.
All righty, and our last question today. How do third-party service providers file and pay on behalf of their clients?
To file on behalf of your clients, you'll log into your own MyConnect profile with your own username and password. From there, you can request access to your clients' accounts. Once you have authenticated access to their accounts, you can begin filing on their behalf. To gain access to their account, you must be able to provide their Connecticut registration number or unique account ID. You must also be able to provide a second piece of information specific to the account to which you are requesting access. This could be a letter ID from a piece of correspondence they received from the agency, the amount of one of the last 3 payments they made, or the amount due from one of the last 3 returns they filed. Once you gain access to their account, the steps to file are the same as we presented earlier today.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Mr. Romeo. And believe it or not, our presentation here is done. So just a couple of reminders before we do go away. We do have resources available. As we mentioned earlier, we have the highway use fee information page. It's on our website that has FAQs and tutorials and more. We also have our My Connect page as well, which also has FAQs, tutorials, and more. Seems to be a general theme there. And our general contact information that we have for you. You can always reach out to us if you have any type of situation. Our general phone number is 860-297-5962. You can also reach us at 1-800-382-9463, and the highway use fee hotline is 860-297-5677. You can also zap us an email. Our email address is drs@ct.gov, and you can also actually send us messages through My Connect too. Don't forget our website. We have tons of information that are out there. You can visit us at portal.ct.gov/DRS. And we're also out on social media, whether it's Facebook, X, LinkedIn, and YouTube as well. I'd like to thank everyone for taking time out of your busy days to join us today. And I'd also like to thank Kelly, who did double duty in addition to presenting. She was pressing all the levers behind the scenes, keeping the turbines of this great machine running today. So we wish you the best of luck with your future endeavors. And this concludes our broadcast. Thank you.